Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Woo-ha!
I think the slowest I've ever heard him was even that one song. It was a Mariah Carey song.
Yeah. Give it to me.
Yeah.
I give it
That was
to
Busta
you.
Rhymes, right?
Yeah.
And that's probably the slowest I can think of Busta Rhymes.
He's also in the Janet Jackson song.
And that one, he's rapping fast.
Yeah.
That song.
Oh yeah, he sings in the Mariah Carey song. Really?
Yeah, he kind of.
Yeah.
Like what do you call it? Melody.
Yeah, there you go. He harmonizes.
Harmonizes.
Melodies.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just sometimes the right word never comes to me.
Baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you.
Right?
You know. Oh, okay. That one out. Welcome to Black Apple Pie.
Episode 7.
I think it's 8. Because I just edited 6 and I haven't touched the next one.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Because 6 I didn't do any like singular shots like I'm doing with him here.
Think about it. Think about it.
Whether it's 7 or 8, it's just not that big of a deal.
I like saying what number it is.
All right. Well, then say 8.
I think it's 8.
All right. Do I have anything in my face, my eyes? Like one of my eye boogers? Am I good?
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Like,
I'll
yes,
have to
I'm.
get the makeup department to
Yeah.
come in and check it out, but you look good.
Does it get the fluffers in?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they're called?
Fluffers?
Yeah.
I
The
don't know.
cuck fluff.
Or is that for like porn?
I don't know.
Jay would know.
A little bit of that makeup.
All right. So, welcome to episode 8 of Black Apple Pie.
Hi, boogers.
Hi. Wow. we were talking about Busta Rhymes and then we went to something else that I forgot. I can't remember it.
You know who else talks very distinguished?
Obama?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Do you know who else might talk in a way that is very obtrusive?
Who or whom?
I'm going to go with Donald Trump at the debates.
Oh, yes. There was a lot of... Okay, look, no, okay, no, excuse me. That's like his favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't know that I saw him do a lot of that as much as I just saw him talk over Joe Biden.
Yeah, Biden was trying to get his shit off and the Don wasn't letting him.
Yeah, it was, and a lot of people were saying like that's purposeful because if you are a person who stutters, like there are a lot of tools that you use to like keep from stuttering, and when someone interrupts you, like it is really hard to be able to grasp and recenter and like say your thought very clearly. Mm-hmm. And so some people were saying like maybe it was strategy on Trump's part to interrupt him a lot to like make him look
Weak.
I was gonna say senile, because that seems to be the going narrative is like which one of the candidates is senile and which one of the candidates is like lost it.
Both of them are senile. They old as hell.
Why doesn't it make them senile?
Well, that's true. I'm being ageist with that.
You are.
But they're both.
Yeah, they're up there in age.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say also like he did that with Hillary. He does that with a lot of people. Like interrupts them. It's just kind of like I think more than anything, it is that pattern of like a lack of decorum that I don't think is presidential. Like obviously, like I disagree with a lot of the policies but like I think that decorum for me is a really important part that he lacks that. And I think that's necessary to be able to communicate well with other people, communicate well with other leaders. And I think he lacks that, and I think it hurts us as a country.
I mean, but he looked strong, though, when he was interrupting Sleepy Joe Biden.
Did he?
Of course.
He didn't look strong to me.
Excuse me. Yeah. When he was interrupting Joe Biden over and over again. Because he does that, but he has never done it to the extent that he did it in these debates.
I agree, and we sound like pundits right now, but I will say there were some like really powerful moments that I think fell well for Joe Biden, and one was him defending his son.
Yeah, his drug addicted son.
His son who has beaten a drug addiction. Yes.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
Yeah, but I think like that was the difference. I think Trump saw that as I'm going to use this to like, for whatever reason, to make you look however way he's attempting to make him look. And it ended up like, honestly, like it ended up being a very powerful moment for Joe to like slow down and have this conversation with the American people, and especially the people who like are starting to understand addiction and then starting to like have close encounters with addiction that they never had before.
Yeah.
And so to say like, hey, I'm proud of my son for doing this, I thought was a very powerful moment, and one that Trump found himself unable to interrupt. Like once he started talking about his son, and once he started, like he found himself unable to interrupt because he would have looked like terrible, essentially.
So
I had another word for it, but it would have been inappropriate. So I decided.
You can say it. I said some things before.
That's true.
Yeah, say it.
No.
Go
ahead. No.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
No.
Sayer. No, kickboxer.
Look at me. Aside from, well, let me say this before the Joe Biden powerful moment thing. Trump's strategy in these debates, I can believe what you said about it, because this is a man who, in his debate with Hillary Clinton, was like, yo, I need to call up the squad and get the people who Bill Clinton is accused of sexually harassing. I think that's where that area is for him.
Okay.
He was like, yo, I'm going to bring all of them out. Sit them right on the front row with Obama's half-brother.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Like, debates in the past, nobody's done anything like that. So for this to be a thing now, it makes complete sense and falls in line with Trump and his debate squad.
I'm not sure I'm not sure I like the direction the debates are going. I'm not sure American people do either. Like,
No.
like I think a lot of people like it was, for me, I think it was like a train wreck. Like I could not turn it off because it's like I feel like I feel like this is supposed to be important to me. And so I didn't turn it off, but the more I watched it, the more I was just like, I want to be doing anything else. Like literally, like, do I have dishes I could be cleaning? Like that's yeah, like.
And about the moment with Joe Biden and his sons, Trump was ready to get at him, and then Biden was like, "You talking about my son, Bo?" And then Trump was like, "Oh shit, I don't know, Bo. I didn't call him a loser, but your son Hunter, he got money from the Russians, from Ukraine."
That was like a moment where it was just like you could tell Trump wasn't listening, because Biden was starting to like unpack Trump's calling military people who have lost their lives like losers and things like that, which he's done before. Like talked about John McCain, like, oh, I like people who didn't get caught, like these kind of things that are just like stupid. And Biden was like starting to talk about that. So it's very clear that he's talking about Bo. And then when Trump jumps in there, like you could tell he's clearly like just heard son and is like, oh, I know I can bring up Hunter now. And it's like, no, buddy, like you have to listen. Like you can't just like hear the word son and think, oh, this is my moment to like talk about.
Well, Trump's the one who brought it up first. He started talking shit about Hunter first.
Yes.
And he was like, your son And then Biden was like, talk about my son, Bo. Oh, no. I don't know Bo. Bo knows, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was messy in a way that I just like. I can't think of anything else that like okay. So there's this economic principle called sunk cost.
Okay.
And essentially, it's like, so let's say that you pay money for a movie, and then because you paid money for that movie, you're like, and you get into the movie, and like the movie sucks. And like, but you paid money for it. So you're like, oh, I might as well watch it to the end because I paid money for it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the concept of sunk cost. And for me, I felt like I was like, even though like it would actually make more sense to just walk out of the movie and use that rest of the time that you would have spent in that movie doing something that you'll actually enjoy.
Yeah.
I feel like I suffered for like a lot of sunk cost here because I just like, I don't know why I watched that debate to the end, but I did. And now I'm like, I would have much rather not have.
Yeah. So polling came out today, I think, and showing that Biden went up 14 points ahead of Trump.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
He was at 11, I think, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
They turned it up a notch.
Is that how polling works?
I don't think that this debate really changed anybody's opinions or anybody's minds. I think the people who support Trump are still going to support Trump. People who are supporting Biden are still going to support Biden. I think the undecideds kind of were like, you know what? Trump looks like a dick.
Yeah.
I think I'll vote for Biden because he's like a return to presidents who were kind of boring.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything. They just get up there, make a speech that you're only going to pay attention to for the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you're going to go back to, doing whatever.
I mean, I was just gonna say, I think like if you support Trump, like none of what occurred was surprising.
No, it was encouraging.
Par for the course. Yeah.
And a way to mobilize and galvanize his people, especially with the Proud Boys thing.
Yeah.
That was kind of wild. That whole like moment and like
my man could talk all day, but then they're like, "Oh, Chris Wallace like, so can you use this opportunity to denounce white supremacy?"
What? Who? What do we want? What do you want me to call? Who is it?
He did this thing that he rarely ever does. He did like like he was malfunctioning.
Can't denounce racism. Can't do it.
The man was trying to process it like
system shut down.
Okay, just give me one. Give me one.
Give me a name.
What do you want me to announce? This was like white supremacy. Oh, just give me a group.
Yeah.
Proud Boys. Stand back, and what was the other one?
Stand by.
Stand back and stand by.
Yeah.
Chris Wallace said, "You tell them to stand down." Yeah, stand back and stand by, and let law enforcement handle it.
Yeah.
So you need to pay attention to the way he puts his words together.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's interesting because Biden had talked about dog whistles, and I was somewhat unfamiliar with like that term, but like a dog whistle is essentially like a coded language to like inspire a particular type of group. And so like that is kind of being called a dog whistle. Like it was coded language to inspire the Proud Boys, even though he's trying to make it to seem like he's condemning them. But I just feel like it would have been easy, like, hey, white supremacists everywhere. Stop it. Stop being hateful. Stop. Yeah. And then he was like, I can't do that to all of them. give me a smaller group to condemn.
I don't know why Biden and Wallace played into that though.
Yeah, Wallace because Wallace is known for being like, even though he's a Fox News guy, he's pretty tough.
Yeah.
When it comes to interviews. And he's got that lineage. His dad was Mike Wallace, like renowned legendary newscaster, like dating as far back as what, the 60s? 70s at least?
Before that,
yeah. Legendary guy. And so to see him just get steamrolled like that.
But I don't know that he got like...
He got flustered.
It's not that he...
For somebody who's just like...
Yeah.
Like, who can just cut through the bullshit and just be like, just answer the question.
So when I said play into that, I meant specifically throwing out the term, the word Proud Boys.
For sure.
Because...
And that was Biden himself.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned both of them.
Yeah.
Because when they did that, you have this platform where you're reaching more people than you ever could at your rallies. So when you say, give me a name, and it's Proud Boys, they're excited to hear their name mentioned by the president, this guy who they hold in such high regard. Mm-hmm. And when he said what he said, stand back and stand by.
Get your gun! Go get your gun, Billy! We got our marching orders!
No. They ain't all like that, man.
I'm sure.
They got suits. You know, they shave.
I mean, I'm sure. Like, but
yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say their main guy, Gavin McInnes.
Yeah.
And we've talked about Proud Boys and them before.
Have we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I've mentioned them before.
Oh, okay.
So he's the founder of the Proud Boys, and he's like a slick looking dude. So like in the same vein as Richard Spencer. Remember him? Mm-hmm. The dude who was like, yo, alt-right. Oh, I can't do that. Like alt-right. We're in tailored suits. We're young. We're like the millennial clean version
of white supremacists.
Yes. And he got handled in the streets on camera a couple times. This was the whole like punching a Nazi thing.
Oh yeah.
Kind of what sparked. I don't know if it sparked Antifa, but I know they became big soon after that.
The idea of Antifa blew up after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gavin McInnes is like him, but 100 times worse, because Gavin talks about openly killing people who don't fall in line with the Proud Boys ideology. Because Richard Spencer was like, ethnic cleansing, like, that's kind of old school. Like, we're into it, but we're not that into it. You know, we like to have debates and discussion about our white supremacy. Gavin's like, no, just shoot. Don't ask no questions. Run up on somebody and shoot them.
Interesting.
And because of that, he's been blocked from, because he used to have like a podcast.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And because of that, he's been blocked on all forms of media. But being on that stage, Proud Boys got the shout out that they wanted.
Yeah.
So,
which I think is kind of Biden's fault. Like, he's the person who brought up Proud Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, like, you know, you're asking him to condemn this group, so it's not like he knew that it was going to be a...
That's why you just say white supremacy.
I mean, I thought that too. He's like, hey, make him blanketly say, like...
Racists.
Yeah, like, racist and white supremacists, like stop and quit it.
Yeah. They could even throw the Ku Klux Klan in there.
Yeah.
Because nobody's really, like, they're still a thing, but they're not really a thing.
But I think that would have been easy because he is, I'm not even going to use the word pander. He is attempting to appeal to black voters.
Yes.
And so he decided to name the Ku Klux Klan a terrorist group, or at least like push that agenda.
Oh, you mean as a part of his platinum plan for Black America?
Yes. Why is it platinum? I'm just curious.
You don't... Okay, so all the rappers that Trump has hung around during like the height of the platinum era, the bling bling era, somebody in his circle, I really want to say that a bunch of white people came up with this, but I know there was some black folks in that room.
They were like,
hey, platinum will bring them in.
Platinum will bring them in.
You know
you can't just call this gold.
No.
It's bigger than that.
Yeah.
This is platinum, bro.
It's like BG, Lil Wayne, Turk, Juvenile, the Hot Boys.
Well, what?
Cash Money Millionaires, baby, platinum.
Yeah.
That platinum plan is interesting.
I don't trust it.
I don't either.
Okay.
I say it's interesting because Homeboy brought it up. I think he had a rally 2-3 weeks ago. A bunch of black folks, and I feel like they've kind of been building up to this because Homeboy's been mentioning black unemployment and talking about the HBCUs and prison reform. And then Alice Johnson was a big prop that he used. Shout out to Kanye West and Kim Kardashian for gifting him with that. And there was the gentleman at the RNC that he pardoned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can't remember.
No. That was a State of the Union. But that was also a long time ago.
Was it really that long?
Yeah. Yeah, because that was over like Obama level stuff.
There's been so much.
Yeah. So when you add all that stuff up, it makes his record with black folks look better than it is. Oh, and of course, it's all performative.
Yes, because while he had a piece in some of that stuff, it was not like all his baby.
Yeah,
it wasn't like all his like idea or whatever. Like like ultimately he signed it, and I'll even give, I can't remember which son it is, but one of his sons props for like being a large part of pushing through the what do you even call that? It's basically like the criminal justice bill.
Yeah, it was Jared Kushner.
Yeah, sure. Anywho, I'll even give him credit for being a large part of that. But like, so were a lot of people.
Yeah.
But like Trump will just be like, and then when I say a lot of people, I mean like Democrats and Republicans. And Trump will be like, I did that, which I mean, I guess it happened under his thing. But like, if you had asked him in the beginning of his campaign, like, what do you plan to do? He would not have said that.
No.
He would have said something like, I'm going to present a national health care bill 2 weeks after I'm the president. And then that 2 weeks would last till now because he still hasn't presented a national health care plan.
Yeah. So,
but he did want to repeal Obamacare.
He did. He did it.
Despite not having a national health care plan.
Did it.
He did not.
He did it.
No, he didn't.
He removed the provision.
He removed a part of the provision, but it didn't remove all of Obamacare.
Well, that is how it starts. Okay. That's just the building blocks to dismantling Obamacare and getting the people something better with the platinum plan. Okay.
Like the wall, the building blocks.
I'm building the greatest one.
Did you see 60 Minutes?
I didn't.
The other night?
I didn't. Go ahead.
I mean, I did not see all of it, but it looked at the wall. It had experts look at like how, quality this wall is. No. And the answer was not.
So it's got Trump written all over it. It's perfect.
And it's sinking like most of the things that have Trump written on.
That's pretty typical. Before we switch topics, I just want to say that Trump has this platinum plan where he's talking about investing $500 billion into black communities and black businesses and all these things for black folks. I'm disappointed that the Democrats haven't offered up anything anywhere near a plan for a black agenda. And I'm sure something is probably in the works, but it shouldn't take for some pandering asshole to come up with a bunch of stuff that other people have already done. And yeah, he should get props for the things that he signed or that he was a part of. But for somebody who is his opponent, who went on one of the most popular hip hop radio shows and said, if you can't figure out if you're for Trump or for me, you ain't black, without having an agenda for black America, my man, what the hell are you doing?
So I am unsure that you have read Biden's platform.
Give it to me.
I haven't read Biden's platform. I just think you should read it and like know that before you like purport that he has no plan for Black America, you should probably at least make sure that he actually has no plan for Black America.
It would have been nice to have heard it at the debates or at some campaign rally or just be posted on Twitter, social media. But I haven't seen any of that.
I'm going to vote. Well, I'm not going to vote, but I'm going to guess It might be, but also like I just think like it is unfair to be like he doesn't have this thing if you don't know for sure. I'm not sure you know for sure,
and that's why I said there may be something in the works.
I mean, it might be already worked out.
Where is it?
Probably on his website.
No, you gotta come forward with it.
But I think like the coming forward with it, like I would probably see it the same way. Mm-hmm. Like with Trump, I see it as pandering. I see it as disingenuous because it has very little backing from who Trump is, right? And for Biden, whereas they would have more backing from me because of who Biden is, it would still feel like pandering, especially at this point.
Well, yeah, that's all they do when it comes to us is pander.
That's not necessarily true.
Yeah, it kind of is, but make me believe it. Just make me feel comfortable with the lie.
But
like when Hillary pulled out the hot sauce.
Yeah,
that did kind of sound like pandering. But also,
no, it was pandering. Let's be clear about that. And the funny thing about that, before we go any, I'm gonna let you finish.
Okay, are you?
I'm gonna let you finish
because I'm not gonna remember what I was gonna say.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say you can't have it both ways. You can't be like, he not saying anything about the black agenda, but then like when he says something about the black agenda, it's pandering. Like you can't have it both ways. Like what do you want here?
I can.
Okay.
Because I know who these people are.
I don't know that you do.
I've seen them.
Okay, but that doesn't mean you know who they are.
My man was asked, do you support the Black Lives Matter? I don't want to misconstrue anything, but he was asked by Wallace at the debates.
Who are we talking about here?
Biden.
Okay.
And maybe you can help me out with this. He was asked something to the effect of, do you support what's going on with Black Lives Matter? And homeboy was like, I support these things that are going on with the police. He's like, defunding the police? Cool. But
no.
He did say that.
No, he did not.
And then he expounded upon it about reallocation of funding.
We definitely listened to something very different because he was very clear that he wasn't for defunding the police, and he needed to be because Trump was trying to like nail him on like, hey, why won't you like essentially support law and order?
He can't even say it. Look at him. He was
yeah,
he said you can't. He can't even say it because the radical left.
I was like doing live tweet kind of thing.
Yeah,
and just following people along. It's like, man, this sounds horrible.
It wasn't good.
No,
which I'm kind of upset that we spent so much time in this show.
Too.
Let's talk about something stupid.
New topic.
Well, real quick. Hillary Clinton pulled that thing of hot sauce out of her bag on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Same place where Joe Biden was like, if you're not for Trump or if you're not for me, you're not black.
Yeah.
I was going to say that the funny thing is hot sauce in the bag was not a literal thing of hot sauce. It was a bat named hot sauce. Hillary Clinton fucked up.
Yeah, okay.
It's funny to me.
All right.
It's like you gotta do the research. So
I mean, I think it's dumb. I didn't think it was funny. Like,
it's funny to me because if I'm not doing my due diligence researching if Joe Biden has a plan for Black America. Hillary Clinton didn't do her due diligence figuring out if she was pandering to the right people.
See, that's not necessarily true in my eyes because it is a thing that like people like keep
certain condiments in there.
Yes, exactly. So like it wasn't necessarily wrong just because Beyonce had like co-opted that to mean a bat very recently.
That was like the biggest song out.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean like what I'm saying is like let's say Beyonce hadn't released that song and Hillary Clinton like still had that particular hot sauce, like still used that line.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been like it still would have been pandering.
Yeah.
And it would have had the same meaning.
I mean, she didn't have it in 2008.
Look, I just feel like
and she was running against somebody black.
Like, ultimately, I just feel like you don't have to do that. Like, I don't need you to do things specifically for... Like, it's one thing if you're, like, at a brunch for white people and you pull out hot sauce and you use it, and then, like, somebody black is like, hey, she got hot sauce in her bag. I see you, Hillary. I see you.
Yo, Hill.
But, like,
can I get
if you're at the breakfast... Yeah, if you're at the Breakfast Club and then you just, like, pull out that line, whether it's, you know, genuine or not, like, it's just kind of like that's unnecessary. Like, you don't need to do like be yourself. That's why I don't understand the people who keep dressing up like black people or like who keep like trying to like steal black identity who are white. Like, be yourself.
Hold on now. Are you telling me that they're not authentically black inside? There was a whole documentary about this called Malibu's Most Wanted.
Oh my gosh.
White, you remember White Boys?
First of all, that's not a documentary.
Isn't it though?
Secondly, I mean, I guess it could be a documentary. It's not it's like a mockumentary.
B-Rad from Malibu.
Yeah, that's a mockumentary. But I will say it is...
What?
You remember that? He said, Earth is my planet.
Yeah. It was terrible.
He was saying, on it.
Yeah. It's trash.
Looking at some vomit or some shit like that.
I will say, I think to do it in real life is just as ridiculous. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't need to do that. Like, be yourself.
No.
Speaking of being somebody else, though. You know what I'm going to bring up, don't you?
I don't. What are we talking about?
So, there was a man who was charged this week with frauding for attempting to defraud the Paycheck Protection Program.
Yeah.
Because he essentially applied for funds from the PPP for his businesses. And he was like, well, for a business. And he was like, this was successful. I could do this again. So he applied for more funds. And he I guess, in a moment with a lack of creativity, decided to name these businesses after concepts from Game of Thrones. So one was like White Walker, one was Khaleesi.
Wait, what? Because you have to explain what these businesses are.
Probably. What did he say White Walker was?
Yeah.
Michael Jackson impersonation? I don't know.
They all sound like alcohol drinks, like Johnny Walker, but like White Walker.
Yeah, but no. Did you see Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I've seen. I stopped after the second to last season, but
what?
Yeah, I just couldn't keep going.
Who even are you?
I wasn't doing it for me.
Wait, you watched the entire thing?
Of course.
Oh.
Anywho, the point is, like, are you trying to go to jail? Like, what? Like, literally everyone watched that show. Like, there's no way you're not gonna get. There's no way. There's nobody who works at a bank or who works at the like PPP who like has just never like watched. Like, if you're gonna do that and you're just completely out, like, at least pick a show that nobody watched. Like,
Welcome Back, Kotter.
No.
I don't know what that is, so it's worked for me, but
that's because that's before his time.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, pick a show that at least hasn't been around. Like, that show is super popular.
I mean,
Sanford and Son.
He could have. Don't disrespect black TV.
But that was literally the name of their business.
I will say, both of us looked at you like, I know you didn't. The
disrespect.
The disrespect.
Wow. So, in my mind, I'm like, okay, so if I'm gonna lift these names and these concepts from a television series, I gotta have something to represent it. So my mind first went to like a White Walker. Okay, that's like, let's Photoshop Betty White with like one of those walkers and just paint it white with like a thunderbolt in it or something. And
then what do you sell? What do you do?
It's the White Walkers.
Oh.
Yeah, for old people. Or I don't say old people, but
like
people who need assistance walking.
Yeah. You could put, instead of tennis balls, you could put like little
Lannister theme,
like little skulls on them or something.
Lannister.
Yeah, little lion paws.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Lannister's theme.
I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
I'm just saying, do they like sleep with each other?
They put like an engraving on the walkers.
There's one like sister, one like brother, and every once in a while they go. Never mind. Here we go.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Because you haven't seen the show.
That's because there's no black people in it.
There's incest among a couple of
You are not wrong. you are not wrong.
Speaking of which, watch Lovecraft Country. It's very good.
I've heard. I ain't got that channel though.
Oh.
Are you caught up?
Nah, I'm like 2 episodes behind.
Dude.
Oh, don't say that, man.
This last one.
So, anywho, I just feel like that man wanted to get. I feel like that man wanted to go to federal prison, which isn't a bad gig, to be honest with you. Also, don't go to federal prison. Wait, okay. If you have to go to prison, go to federal prison. But you don't want to go to prison, period. Anyway, what? Federal prison is much better.
It's lit?
Pretty bad things.
I'm not saying it's lit. I'm not saying you should go. I'm saying if they like gave you a choice between federal and like state, you want to go to federal prison.
We talked to some people who've been in the feds. I'm not gonna lie, they were like, "Yo, feds is a lot easier than county. You just do your time, and that's it."
Also, like,
yeah, you don't want to go.
Federal prisons have money.
Yeah,
so they'll like fix your they'll you got some issues, they'll get you fixed up, stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a Jadakiss line where he says, "I know dudes in the street who go to jail just to get their teeth fixed."
Yeah. That would be federal. They don't go to jail. Like he means federal prison. He doesn't mean jail. You don't want to go there. But yes,
that's real. It's lit. Go to prison.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Prison.
Let me say that right now. Don't do that.
Oh my God.
This is the second person that we've talked about that did some stuff with PPP.
Yeah, the Lamborghini dude.
Yeah, Lamborghini Mercy.
Oh, yeah, in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Florida man.
Mm-hmm.
Florida man.
Yeah, they might be sharing a cell.
Okay, before we hop out of here, we need to talk about something. It was the most surprising news.
Yes.
Of 2020.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
Go for it.
You're talking about Miss Marvel is becoming a television series and is having the first Muslim superhero.
I love that.
I had the first issue of that.
Not that. Nice. I love that. That is surprising. Not as surprising as this.
Oh.
You want to try again?
No.
You sure? It seems pretty easy. It's pretty big.
Let's see.
Like huge. Like hugely big.
Chris,
like bigly.
He's big. He's huge. He got the COVID.
Shit. Is Beyonce dropping another album? Rihanna's coming back.
Jay Electronica.
My guy.
Y'all are not like... Remember when you used to play that game where it'd be like warm and cold? Y'all are very cold.
But why don't you tell us?
No, this is too easy for you not to get. The biggest news to happen this week.
To happen this week? What happened this week? Tom Hanks. Let's see. Tenet. Corona.
Yeah. Okay, you're warmer. You're warmer.
Cardi B.
Colder.
WAP.
Cold. Cold.
I don't know. If there's some WAP, it ain't gonna be cold.
Cold. You're very cold.
Oh, so
stay on task. You're cold.
Coronavirus.
Warmer.
It's getting real.
Warmer. Warm. You're getting real warm.
Oh snap! The Rose Garden Massacre.
I'm not sure people are calling it that yet, but yes.
Still like 23 people, Republicans caught the Rona.
Including
Donald Trump.
There you go. Oh. You're on fire.
Just like his lungs. I can't believe they did it to my boy like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, who's your boy?
They infiltrated Trump.
I don't think they infiltrate. I don't even think they infiltrate sounds like somebody purposely snuck in and no, like he could have had a mask on. His whole family could have had a mask on. Everybody in the Rose Garden could have had a mask on. They could have been 6 feet apart. There's a whole lot of things that could have prevented, the outbreak monkeys that that's what is happening here? I wish him all the recovery in the world. But like stupid is stupid. Like if I just trying to think of something stupid that I've done or will do. I'm sure there's a lot. It's just not coming to me. But like if I do something stupid and I get the consequence from doing that stupid thing, like I expect somebody to like make fun of me. I expect someone to be like, boy, that was stupid. And that's where I'm at. Like that was stupid. Like you had to know that you were gonna get this thing. Like
Ivan Drago.
If he dies, he dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm gonna go that far.
He's not gonna die.
No.
He's got the best socialized Medicare in the world.
That's the sad part. Is that he was being irresponsible. He was being stupid. Mm-hmm. And he has the best socialized medicine in the world. And they're going to do absolutely everything they can to keep him alive at any cost. And there are people, let me finish this. Okay. And there are people who were being cautious. They're being safe. They don't have the money. And they don't have the money to like be able to take the precautions that he could have taken. Or they like had to be out because they are, what do you call them, people who have to do things?
Essential.
Thank you. They're essential personnel, and they are not going to be cared for in the same way that he is, despite them taking every precaution. Like that's the sad part for me. Now, what were we gonna say?
And he ain't pay shit on his taxes.
That's true. We that happened since we had our last show. Didn't it? Yeah. He paid $750.
We're gonna talk about illegal immigrants getting all this socialized, this free healthcare. Look at your man.
They pay a lot more than he did. Now he's still saying this is all fake, and he paid millions of dollars in taxes.
Because he's a billionaire, right? He's one of them. He's a billionaire or a millionaire. He's something.
But he is using something called
white privilege.
Not wrong, but also not what I was talking about. He's using something called like. So I can't remember what it's called, but essentially what it allows you to do is it allows you to count losses from previous years on your current year's taxes and to be able to write off those losses on your current year's earnings. And so he has done that for a very long time. Now, this has been on the books for a super long time where you could count these like old losses. But it used to be like you could count these old losses for like a year. And then it was extended to like 2 years. And then it was extended to like 15 years. Part of Trump's tax bill was extending that indefinitely. And so, excuse me. So literally, he wrote the book on how he could he cooked the code to be self-serving for him.
And he did give Biden a shout out for that at the debates.
Yeah, well,
Biden was like, he didn't pay no taxes. It's like, that's because of you, my guy.
But that wasn't because of Biden, because that had been on the books way before Biden. And yeah, that really had very little to do with Biden.
He did say that he did it.
But what he didn't do was he didn't admit that he elongated that particular tax break for himself for literally ever.
Oh yeah, he did that shit.
And that, like, if you're going to call out Biden, you ought to call out yourself.
I'm pretty sure he would be delighted to.
No, well, yeah, what he would say is like, oh, yeah, I don't pay taxes because I'm smart. Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody does.
But also, like...
Got, like, a good brain. Okay.
Yeah. And, I mean, there are people who, like, all they do, like, their whole job is to make money off of rich people who, to make... Like, their whole job is to figure out how to keep rich people from paying the government in Texas. Like, that's their whole job. And they, like, make a lot of money doing it. Like, money to sustain their lives off of doing just that. That's...
While paying taxes themselves.
But probably not.
Probably not.
Loopholes, man. Once you hit a certain tax bracket.
Like, it's... Like, if it doesn't bother you that, like, Amazon doesn't pay any taxes.
Anything at all.
Like that. Like think about where, like, how many places Amazon is. Like, where they are, like, how many, like, compounds. That's probably what you probably should call them that. But
they are.
How many compounds Amazon has. And, like, the idea that they don't pay, like, ultimately any taxes on it. Like, that should upset us.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of things that like we could do as a city if they did. Tesla's probably getting that same treatment.
Oh, most definitely.
Oracle did.
They're in Austin.
And they're right there on Riverside, Pleasant Valley. Nice gentrified spot. Apple, Facebook.
So what's interesting about that gentrified spot? There's also these like homeless camps. I don't know if you've been to Riverside lately.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There are.
It's just about the same as right down the street from here. If you go down Lamar here, there's a couple camps.
Yeah, but yeah, like that whole. Excuse me, that whole Riverside, Pleasant Valley, like
all of it. That
it's like a tent city.
Section,
it's like a tent. It's like 7th Street, like under the bridge downtown. It's like a tent city, things like that. And it's like, I mean, I don't want to
local residents
constrict the complexities of this, but I do think if you have these big companies who are paying taxes, like maybe we can do something better.
No, we're not.
No, I don't think we are.
No,
we're definitely not. I think literally, and I'm pretty sure I support this. The proposition that'll essentially give Capital Metro a lot of money to do things, and I'm pretty sure I support it. But like, that's going to raise taxes a lot. And generally, if we like tax these companies, we could probably.
Well, our guy Bernie was all about that. Don't see it happening with anybody. I know we're talking about local stuff, but
so you just threw us back into national politics.
Trump has coronavirus.
He really does, and he spread it.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know that he. Let me not say that. We don't know that he spread it, but we know that actually, in so much as it is his event, and in so much as there were precautions that he could have said, we're going to do this in our, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it safely. We're going to do it. And he could have, that literally is on him, right? So, if you're the coach and he's the president, if your team loses, that's on you. So if that's the case, this is on him. He spread it.
Is he the coach or the president in the scenario?
Both. I was making a sports reference because, coaches, if you play a game and then you lose, the coach is it's on me ultimately because I'm the coach.
Right.
And so I'm saying, for him, it's ultimately on him because he's
because I was thinking about the GM, Jerry Jones and what's the coach?
Papa John's.
No. Jason.
No, he doesn't coach the Cowboys anymore.
What?
Yeah, Jason Garrett is not. It's the old coach of Green Bay, something McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy.
No.
Garthy McCarthy.
Okay, we're just gonna quit here.
Trump has coronavirus.
He really does.
That man was looking rough in his first video that he put out to the American people.
He didn't have makeup.
He didn't.
In every instance since. No orange face.
He was looking his age.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, is he gonna start growing a beard in quarantine?
He'll start turning into Ted Cruz.
Ew. So the one tweet that really made me laugh during this whole thing, because I've seen a lot that were funny.
I would say Twitter was on fire.
It really was.
It was hilarious.
The one that said Trump in the bunker playing mini men right now.
I heard that one, or I read that one.
Was so, because I could picture it, and I was like, yo, I have to listen to this right now. Many men wish death upon me. I was like, oh, yo, Trump can really, he's probably really relating to this right now.
He's probably getting his 50 Cent on. That's what you think is happening in the bunker?
Yeah. Did y'all see him drive by Walter Reed today and wave at the cavalcade of, I was going to say coronavirus, but it's probably there too, of Trump supporters outside? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Secret Service drove him around outside so he could wave at everybody.
It's a good parking lot.
Hold on. So he's in a closed car with somebody in the Secret Service?
Yeah. It was an SUV. He was in the back.
Like the Pope Mobile.
So
not the Pope Mobile.
Does the driver also have coronavirus? I'm confused as to how this is in any way safe for this person who's driving him.
So either it was him and, he's like, fuck 12. They can get sick. I don't care. Or it was a doppelganger who they were driving around so that the image is still there. It's like, oh, he's strong. He's out here and he's doing things.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard mixed reports about how well he's doing, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, he put out a televised thing, or he put out a video earlier today, like
even a photo shoot that a lot of people are
like an hour or two ago.
No.
When he was addressing the American people.
I was watching football today, so I have not seen a lot of politics.
Yeah, no.
Things we need to say before we go. One is you have one more day to register to vote. I don't know why I'm saying that. This is not going to be out in time.
It really is not.
Not going to be released in time for that to matter. But you do have one more day to register to vote.
But what we can say is early voting starts on...
You waiting on me?
Yes.
I believe it's the 13th.
Yes. It's the 13th. And it ends on...
November 3rd?
No,
early voting. I was like...
The 30th.
Okay, yeah. That sounds right. Yeah.
So, those who have registered already, you've got time to vote.
Hey.
Early.
However you got to do it, do it. If you got to like drive yourself to the one place where you can turn in ballots in the county, go drive yourself
the one place.
That's only your mail-in ballot, for the record.
Yeah.
Thanks, Greg Abbott. Yeah, exactly. That's being like challenged in the courts, but who knows if there's going to be time. But I guess it's like a week. They've challenged things faster than that.
What did we say last week? I decree.
Yeah. I decree. Your ballots must go to... I don't know why I'm using that. Let's try this again. I decree your ballots must go to one place. And that one place will be one box where you must Kobe it in. And if you miss, your ballots will not be counted. Just imagine people like, so do we ball it up? Like, how do we... Is it paper airplane? How do we? It needs to go on that. Okay.
Do we say Kobe?
Do we say that? Do we
hashtag Mamba mentality?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're making a fun.
I can just imagine people at home like practicing, like, oh no, we voting this month. Shoot it again. Give me another one.
Fraud. He has two.
He practiced.
They say, give me another one. All right. So, same time next week.
Yes.
Don't touch that. Nope.
Nope.
I said, don't touch that dial.
Yeah, that's not going to be a thing.
No. You know what? We'll just stick to the closer that we normally have.
Thanks for stopping by.
For a slice of black apple pie.
That was really corny.
Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
He loves his family, he loves his crew, that's nothing new. A touch confused, in love with music, but just a dude. It's just as true, he'll fucking lose what he doesn't use. But he's addicted to those ones and twos. And I can't wait no more. Plus I can't fake that, I just don't feel like